Yes, this video idea is insane, but hear me out right. No Russian is a mission from the game Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, where you, the player, take part in a false flag massacre on the civilians within the fictional Zahkaev International Airport. Hey Luke, do you want on good hiding spots for civilians in No Russian? That's a comment I received on a video a few months back. Ever since reading this, the idea of trying to find the best hiding spot in No Russian has slowly been eating away at me. I'd be washing my car trying to remember if I could hide directly underneath the stairs right by the lift. I'm presuming I've got a clip showing you where that is. I'd be playing with my brother's dogs, thinking about if there was a secret room no one had noticed. It was my birthday a few weeks back and I went out for some food with my family. We hit this crazy burger spot. Food was 10 out of 10. It even had a claustrophobic urinal. Yes, my shorts are still pulled up. Bring your eyes back up here, you fucking weirdo. The point is, I was 90 miles away from my PC where I keep my video ideas, yet the question was still talking to me like the Green Goblin mask in Spider-Man. You know this video idea is controversial, Luke. Bro, what? Morbid curiosity isn't a bad thing, Luke. He's got a bit of a point, to be fair, lads. Where is the best hiding spot for civilians in No Russian? In fact, if No Russian happened to me, what would I do? With that question in mind, I had a few answers pop into my head, but I did the smart thing and really thought about my answer over the next few days. Luke, have a list pop up right here, but blur it out to hopefully trick people into watching until the end. So, the one thing I do want to say, not all of these answers are viable options. We will be going through each one, having a semi-serious discussion about the effectiveness of each one. Look, I'll keep the grim visuals down to a minimum, but it kind of goes without saying, viewers' discretion is advised. What does this first group of civilians and Manchester United have in common? That property bangs. I'm hoping the sounds you're hearing answers the question. I can't sit here and stare at that massacre. I know this is a fucked up video, but stick with me, right, because beyond this point is where things get a little interesting. I noticed the guys didn't shoot these civvies making a run for it. Look, I'm no IRL firearms expert, though I did reach 13th prestige on Modern Warfare 3. I bagged like 7 Moabs, that was 5. I bagged 7 Moabs, I know that counts for something. What I'm trying to say is, that right there is an easy shot. I wonder if the gang were too busy stressing about getting strip searched by security and missing their flight to Ibiza, lads holiday in the bin and that. Let's not get sidetracked. When I think about the strategy of running away, there's 3 zones of danger. Zone 1, as in, nah, not happening, your fate's already been sealed, i.e. these civvies we just saw right here. And then you have Zone 2. Think of this as if you make the correct decisions fast, you'll live. Guys, you're familiar with this type of scenario, you know, the quick time events from Resident Evil 4. And then Zone 3, which is the don't take half an hour to work out what's going on area. You're hearing commotion and crazy gunshots all the way over there. Fucking hell. Put 2 and 2 together and disappear this way. I repeated this level multiple times like a kid on a watch list trying to figure out where the boundaries of these zones are. So I have Zone 1, the death zone, around here. Zone 2 is in the QTE zone to be about here-ish, and then the rest being Zone 3. Call me a clairvoyant from Romania because I know what you're thinking. Where are these civvies running to? Huh? Well, I'm glad you asked, Nancy, because I found 2 spots. The best spot that will yield a 100% survival rate is to beeline straight through the departure lounge into this door right here, which will take you out onto the runway section. Nah, hang on, no, the runway's over that way, I think. I don't know what part of the airport this is. If someone could help me out in the comments, that'd be splendid. But yeah, the idea is to keep your legs churning like Sonic the Hedgehog, because you want Makarov and his goons to see you running outside and think, damn, kind of far, not worth it. And then they, you know, carry on doing their thing and that. And then the other spot I found was this security gate. If you can make it in time, that is. You can see why I said the other option was better. Looking at this situation objectively, I think people will do 2 things. Run, as we've covered, or hide. So let's talk about the hiding strategy. Let's say you were chilling at the bookstore with some AirPods on listening to some Travis Scott, right? And someone awkwardly taps you on the shoulders. Hey, there's a bit of a situation going on down there. I don't know how you missed it, but yeah, you, as in we, need to get the fuck out ASAP. By the way, your J's are fresh though. Cheers, bro. Lovely gentleman, but there's just one problem. You can't run. You've broken your ankle. I've got to mention that. Why is your fictional character not wearing an ankle beat, eh? Because he's a height beast, it'll ruin his fit because he's shallow as fuck, dummy. Anyways, my fictional character can't run. Let's call him Stee. Stee needs to hide. In this zone, the best bet would be to climb on top of the shops using this vending machine. I'm hoping adrenaline will turn him into a pull-up world record holder. If you're in the quick time event zone, right where the attack begins, get low to the ground. I think you gotta play dead. This video keeps swaying between being way out of pocket and a reminder of what to do in these situations. In the zone furthest back, I mean, surely you'd be able to get to this exit or the gate, but let's say you're really incapacitated. Like as if Alakazam hit you with hypnosis, you had shit RNG, so you slept for 3 turns and you just woke up with Macprof and them lot just up there. You thought I was going to say something worse when I said incapacitated, yeah. You guys are bad. You guys are bad. You guys are just as bad as me. Could you hide around the corner here behind these lifts? In this specific instance, it would be a good move, so I have to count it, but I think if the mission was redeveloped in this area, they'd program one of the guys to check around this corner to see if there's any armed security waiting to get the jump on them once they walk past. The general idea is to keep out of sight, so I think hiding on top of the shop is the best bet. Another strategy that caught fire in my mind was surrendering. That fire was immediately put out. Okay, so the idea of picking up a weapon and pretending to be for the cause will get you wiped out so damn fast. From the Inner Circle's perspective, that's the name of the group. I'll have it pop up here over my left shoulder. Why would you keep a random guy alive? Why would you take the risk? I don't need to get into complex banking terms, but what if you thought this guy was legit in being for the cause and tossed him an M240? What if he took the right wing position and decided this whole massacre thing failed the vibe check and turned on the Inner Circle? You could just land a few headshots and guess what, Sally? The plans are foiled. Terrible investment position. Sorry for the banking phrases. I watched Margin Call a few days ago. Spacey carried hard. No, actually, the whole cast were 10 out of 10. Look, the grim reality of our world is that these situations have occurred in the past and will occur again in the future. Of course, No Russian takes place in a fictional airport. It's fugazi, it's counterfeit, it's fake, it's not real. If it were based on a real life location, this video idea would hurdle over that invisible line I like to call limits. For example, if this video idea was what would I do if I were caught up in the level elephant from Ready or Not? Nah, no way, no way. But then my brain started doing this thing psychologists refer to as thought. These things, as we know, do happen in the world. Surely someone's written a guide as to how best to deal with these situations from a civilian's perspective, right? Well, I got Googling and I clicked on a random FBI.gov link, and you know when you click on a dodgy website and it comes up with that page where it screens whether you're a bot or not? Well, when I clicked on the FBI link, I saw that and got really scared because my search history leading up to that point was borderline serial killer horrific. I just searched expert advice on what to do during a shooting to find that FBI link. In the same day, I'd searched No Russian that often that Google was starting to notice, along with a list of other incriminating stuff. Ignore the arborist search. I came across that word when I was reading a book. Funnily enough, I found something that will put arborists out of work. A PDF. This one being from the US Department of Homeland Security, and it gives you advice as to how to respond to an active pew pew guy. This section here titled How to Respond When an Active Pew 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 Guy is in Your Vicinity pretty much validates my strategies from earlier. Evacuate or hide out. He didn't mention anything about pretending to be for the cause because, I mean, that does make sense. So to answer the question of if No Russian happened to me, what would I do? If near security, play dead. From that point beyond, you best believe those afterburners are activated. Skin tone aside, I like to think I'm faster than the average human.